First of all, if we just go through the number of press releases that were issued by the ISPR ever since General Faiz Hameed got arrested. So initially the charges were, I wouldn't say they were ambiguous, but there were quite a few charges against him. So obviously that led us to believe that, there are more than one issue, more than, one inquiry that was pending before them, or there were a number of things that were being inquired upon. So I mean, later on, I would say in the last half of 2024, I mean, I had the news, and I was able to break it in August 2024 that there is a strong likelihood that General Faiz Hameed would be charged with something as serious as inciting a mutiny within the army, and there could be a possibility of linking him with the 9th May incidents. At that particular time, there was no mention of 9th May with regards to General Faiz Hameed's case. There was nothing in the press releases. So, but on the 10th of December 2024, it was only then when the ISPR had finally come up with this press release mentioning that Faiz Hameed is being charged with these 4 principal allegations, and there is other substantial evidence to believe, or reasons to believe, that he could be linked with the events that led to 9th May, political agitation, intrigue, number of things, number of fancy words were used. So that obviously cemented my belief that there's something going on, and there is a strong likelihood that at the end of the day, we can see a direct connection between General Faiz Hameed and Imran Khan. But obviously, these are all claims. These are the proceedings which take place behind closed doors. It's not an open trial, as you know. We do not have access to the court record or the proceedings or the evidence that is being furnished in the court. What do the counsels say? What arguments do they present? So it's completely, we remain in the dark. We don't know. We only know what the outcome is. We don't even know what the decision is in actual sense. Now, when the decision has come out, the latest press release, which basically stipulates the final charge, or the sentence for General Faiz Hameed, which is for life imprisonment. It is a continuation of the last press release, which again mentions that there are some other allegations that are being, investigated. And I think the word investigation has not been used. They are being monitored, or they are being looked upon, something like that. So that raises the question again that, yes, I believe that there is something going on, and there is ample evidence before the Field General Court Martial, or the people who are administering that particular trial, and there is sufficient evidence, and the sources claim that they do have sufficient evidence to link Faiz Hameed with Imran Khan. But my question at the end of the day is that, is it going to come before us? Like, would we be able to see the evidence? What was the evidence? What was the nexus? Because the sources claim that there was a definite nexus, and General Faiz Hameed was doing all this at the behest of former Prime Minister Imran Khan. And even the coordinates and the details of the sensitive installations were provided by General Faiz Hameed. And General Faiz Hameed, the way he was arrested, nobody knew in the ISI that he's going to get arrested. He was picked up, and after he was picked up, he was taken into custody. It was only then there were certain sensitive documents, some electronic gadgetry, and all this was recovered from his, maybe some camp office or from his residence post his arrest. So with all this going on, you see a lot of information coming in, but you don't know what to point at, because there is, obviously, being a journalist, when there is plethora of evidence or statements coming your way, you actually have to sift through them. And normally in politics, it's easier for us to cut through it and to get to the bare bone that what exactly is happening. But when it comes to these things, we don't really know, because everything is in the dark. So now I have a firm belief that they do have some evidence, and they are going to link Imran Khan with Faiz Hameed. But at the same time, I feel that it is not going to happen like right now. They will take their time. They'll let the steam flow out in not in quick succession. I mean, they're going to let it, take its own course or take its own pace. It's not going to come out like right now. There are reasons for it, because Imran Khan is being tried for Tosha Khana 2, the its pending proceedings. The most I would say the most dangerous case for 9th May is the GHQ Hamla case, the GHQ attack case of 9th May. It is the only case in which Imran Khan is being charged, cheated, and that took place in the last December, a year back actually. Ever since that time, there wasn't much going on in the last 1 year. So now there is a possibility that the trial is going to go on again, and they are going to get him sentenced from that particular anti-terrorist court in the first place, and it's only then they will come up with the nexus between Imran Khan and Faiz Hameed. That's how I see it. Well, frankly, that is a very dangerous proposition. I mean, something which I cannot even think of entertaining, because it's going to set a very, very bad precedent, and a dangerous precedent indeed. That's something, being a student of law, I wouldn't want to, think about it, because it is not only will it be, a little too much. I think it will be uncalled for. But these are my thoughts. This is my opinion. But I think there are only two ways to look at it. One, even if Faiz Hameed becomes an approver, that does not absolve him from what he did. That does not, that does not do any good to him. Still, he did what he did. Number two, if at all the military is going to go ahead with what Faiz Hameed did in 9th May, in whatever capacity he did it, he is still the subject of Pakistan Army Act. And by virtue of that, will they do another FGCM proceeding against him? The answer is no. Will they do a military trial in a military court? Yes, there is a possibility. But then the next question is, if General Faiz Hameed provides this information, he becomes the approver, he doesn't become the approver, that's irrelevant. But if he does provide that evidence, would the military like to rope in Imran Khan in a military court or in a military trial? Yes, we cannot, exclude that possibility. But because the way I see it, it is very unlikely that General Faiz Hameed provides evidence of 9th May before the military that this is what I did, and they expose him to an anti-terrorist court where the trials are pending against Imran Khan, and they club his case with Imran Khan's case. That's not going to happen. I mean, there is no possibility unless somebody really wants to push it that way, and somebody goes over the top. But legally speaking, and as far as I see it, I think no matter how deprecate I deprecate this idea, but I have a feeling that there is a possibility. Yes, if they are going to try him in a military court, then there is a likelihood they can rope in Imran Khan, because this person did this, and one of his contributors to the crime was the former Prime Minister. He's already being charge-sheeted in one case in 9th May. So since he colluded with this person who is a subject of Pakistan Army Act, why not we club him in? Well, politically, I cannot. I don't think it can happen, because it's not something that we switch on and switch off. Obviously, we cannot extricate Imran Khan's love from people's minds and their souls, or people who have invested their livelihood, their love, their belief in Imran Khan, no matter how right or wrong he was. Can you extricate that? I think it's inextricable. Because if something is embedded in the mind, you cannot just take it out like that. So I don't think, and being a student of history, I think it has never worked. No matter how hard the state comes down on the people, no matter how bad the situation is, if people want to be with someone or to stand by a political leader, they will. If not today, less in number today, maybe more in number tomorrow. And if that person is in the eye of the storm today, there is a likelihood, there is a possibility that he'll be off the hook sometime down the line, because this is what our history has told us. Haven't we seen all this in the past? We have. So this is, I think this is not possible, this minus one thing, because if you keep Imran Khan out of the equation from PTI, who else is there in PTI? PTI is Imran Khan and Imran Khan is PTI. I don't see anything else. Well, anyone who, people can take over certain parties. I mean, if at all Shah Mahmood Qureshi is given that mandate from Imran Khan, and if Imran Khan puts his hand on him and says to him that he is the person who, there is a chance that people would, get connected with him and consider him as a representative of Imran Khan leading PTI. But somebody else doing it for PTI, keeping Imran Khan out, I don't think people would accept that. And I think even Imran Khan, let Imran Khan alone. I mean, I think Qureshi Sahab also knows that people will not believe him. No matter how sincere and loyal he has been to Imran Khan, people will not believe him. He got exonerated in few cases. Even if that happens, that does not do any good to his political stature. People like him for what he is, like he stood by Imran Khan, but then one fine day he takes over the party, not mentioning Imran Khan or who Imran Khan was and where Imran Khan is. What are his prospects? Is he going to come out or not? Is he going to stay for the rest of his life in jail without entertaining that? And he comes and leads the political party, PTI. Do you think people will accept that? There is a person who was nominated by Imran Khan, Barrister Gaur Khan. They don't even listen to him. He's being badmouthed. He's being trolled on social media. Do they do any good to him? He's the person who talks sense. But do they respect him? No. So I think no matter how novel we become or the state becomes with these ideas, people don't accept that. I mean, I have my doubts about it. Even if they shove it down their throat that he's the leader of the PTI, you have to follow him. Why would people follow him? It's not a bonded labor at the end of the day. It's people and the political party. MQM, obviously, it's not comparable with PTI. You know that. I mean, it had a very limited mandate. Altaf Hussain was not a former prime minister. He never had that mass appeal in the people of Pakistan. So let that. If we treat that separately, we talk about PML-Q. It was a political party which was manufactured by the then establishment. We all know. I mean, there were people taken from here and there. The times where there was no social media and nothing going on. So that particular political party was manufactured. PTI, yes, it did have a lot of help from the establishment, but today where PTI stands, and ever since Imran Khan lost his government, after that, Imran Khan has been standing alone. No, whether one likes it or not, one questions his credentials or his democratic struggle or whatever that was. They call them struggle. I don't call them struggle. I call that opportunism, but that's a separate debate. But today, where Imran Khan or his party is, they're standing tall again, alone, not with anybody's help. They have an overwhelming majority in KP without somebody's help. Whatever happened in 2024 elections, even when they were deprived of their party symbol, the name, and everything. Me, as a witness to the election polling and everything, I went out to vote. People were talking to me, asking me who the candidate was, right in the polling station. They weren't really bothered who the candidate was or how good or bad he was or whether they knew him or not. They were more interested in voting for PTI. That was the case. So how can you just do that? I mean, I don't think the establishment will have any change of heart with regards to PTI. They want somebody who can work with the state, work with the federal government, having a decent working relationship. They have no love lost for PTI or for Sohail Afridi or for that matter for Ali Min Gandapur. I think the government in KP, PTI's government, they do have a bit of a sense prevailing with them, which is a good sign that they know if they don't play ball, they'll be shunted out, no matter how strong they are, because nobody can fight the state. No matter how bigger processions or sit-ins or jalsas you do, at the end of the day, you cannot fight the state. Nobody can fight the state. No matter how popular you are, you cannot fight the state. And there is a constitutional cover which is provided to the federal government of invoking an emergency provision and then getting on with the entire scheme of governor rule. But no, as ridiculous as we consider that idea is, I still think that AP government knows that if they don't play ball, they'll have a hard time. And it's not that KP has done wonders in the past. Ever since 2013, PTI's government has been there. What have they done? Have they provided anything to the people of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa? Narrative, fine. The narrative is fine, but ask them about their key initiatives, key projects in the past 12 years. I mean, there's virtually nothing. The deprivation, the unemployment, the isolation that people feel over there. And I mean, let alone about people. Look at what they have not been able to put up with the security challenge itself. They have not been able to make one force strong which is on the front line. That is the KP police. Did they provide what they asked for? Were they able to make their or to organize their own counterterrorism department? Nobody stopped them from doing so. So if they have not done so, they know their soft belly is somewhere and it's exposed. And how provocative statement, no matter how provocative statements they make, they know they cannot just go on like this. They have to govern. They have to work with the state. They have to have a cordial relationship, or even if it's not cordial, a working relationship with the federal government and the military establishment. So this is something they all know. And if push comes to shove and Imran Khan tells them to block the ways and shut KP down, state will not allow that. They will simply invoke the emergency provision and impose a governor's rule. Well, it is beyond. I think it has gone beyond egos. I have a feeling that I think Imran Khan misconceived General Asim Munir's personality. Imran Khan came as a surprise to a lot of people, to the establishment that General Bajwa led. Imran Khan's government and Imran Khan himself was a project that, as they say, not only did it turn rogue, it backfired. And it backfired in such a way, on the face of the Pakistan's establishment, the military, that, that struck them hard. And they were completely taken aback. Nobody had thought that Imran Khan would become, that formidable political opponent and a former prime minister who will put up such a great challenge to the military establishment. But there's one error of judgment which I think remained with Imran Khan and on his part, that he completely misconceived General Asim Munir's approach and temperament. Unlike General Bajwa, General Asim Munir is a very private person. He does not engage with people, does not engage journalists. He does not have parleys and sittings and drawing room sittings. No, he's more often than not, he's completely inaccessible. There have been instances where people who do good in Pakistan, I mean, they're top-notch businessmen, they have requested for one-on-one meetings purely for Pakistan and Pakistan's economy. He is simply denied so. He met them in groups, but never alone. And he's the sort of a person who does not allow anyone in his core team to flirt with the opposition or to anyone or with anyone for that matter. He's someone who knows that he is in charge, and he is the most powerful man in this, not only in this country, perhaps in the region, one of the most powerful men in the region. And look what he has achieved. Like, I mean, now the world considers him as a very powerful man. So I think former Prime Minister Imran Khan completely misconceived his temperament, his approach, and PTI thought that by hitting him hard, by trolling him, by doing the social media onslaught, they will somehow put him under pressure. But people who know him, I mean, people who have worked with him, or maybe under him, or people who were his superiors, I came across some of the people, and they said that he is a very tough guy to deal with, and he does not operate in gray areas. He he's a very blunt man, straight shooter. He does not operate in gray areas. If he is with something, he's all out. But if he's against something, nobody is there to convince him. Nobody can convince him. No, I think that has cemented his resolve. And I don't know how to put it because by making sure that I don't end up in trouble. But when you are driven by this religious belief that this is fitna and this is something which is ordained by the Almighty, that you have to fight the evil and choose the right path. If this is what drives a man who's the most powerful man in Pakistan, then what is left to be said? If you understand me right, and the entire establishment at this point in time considered PTI as fitna and as evil, and Imran Khan as someone who is nothing but destruction, an epitome of destruction, maybe, and that's it. And we have to fight the evil. So if this is the belief and if this is what drives them, then what is left? And at this point in time, he was never under pressure. At this success against India has given him the boost that people pine for, I would say, and people aspire for that. The kind of coverage he got, the kind of he's considered as a Herculean figure who is completely formidable, extremely tough to deal with, very unforgiving, and very straightforward. So what is there? I mean, he's somebody who's clearly who is in charge, who has the power, and who knows, and he's very clear about it, where to go. I think the system is moving the way it is. I mean, there are a lot of challenges to this system because the economy is still struggling. They say it's in a recovery mode. Fine, the macroeconomic figures are good, but still, the people of Pakistan, they have not benefited from this change that took place. They still face, unemployment. They still face, deprivation, poverty, and the dividends of a recovering economy. The dividends have not been processed to them so far. They are still struggling, and they don't have, what they want or what they deserve. So I think that is the biggest challenge at the moment. The government in place, the field marshal having a cordial relationship or an excellent relationship with the Prime Minister of Pakistan or with the ruling elite, fine, that's there. But now it is for the politicians and for the government to deliver. If they end up delivering the goods by the end of, let's say, their stint, it's good. But if the problem still prevails with regards to the economy and we still have problems, then obviously, who knows? There are no watertight guarantees in power politics. Things change, people change, their opinions change, and we have seen that in the past also. So, as far as I see it, yes, the indications are clear that they want to perpetuate this system and the way of the governing model or whatever the people there are. They want to continue with that, but if they are not able to deliver even after 3 or 4 years, then there's going to be a serious question arising. But we only cross the bridge when we get to it. We don't know what's going to unfold in the next 3 years. Well, I think this is very something which is very dear to me and Nawaz Sharif, because obviously that hurts him. It still hurts him that his government was doing good, and it was wrapped up, and he was not only was he ousted from the government, he was disqualified, and then he was put in jail, and then he when his wife was on the deathbed virtually when he came to Pakistan, and his wife died when he was in the jail. So obviously these are things that are very close to his heart, and these things hurt him. And this is what he believed in when he was ousted, and when he was coming to Pakistan after the exile in 2023. Even now, he still says that it was not only Imran Khan but other people also. Let me make it very clear to you that the army is not interested in any investigation or case or inquiry against General Bajwa. Whatever General Bajwa did uh, by ousting Mia Nawaz Sharif through Saqib Nisar and all that, that's considered as a closed and past transaction. That was the policy of that particular establishment. No matter how strongly some PMLN leaders feel against General Bajwa, the army is not going to go after him. They are not going to prosecute him or charge him with anything. He is a free man. He lives there. His family lives there, and there's nothing that's going to happen to General Bajwa.